Hi, chapter 42. When I wake up in the hospital, Jo is the only one there. She's looking at her phone, biting her nails. Her eyes are red, rimmed and raw. "You look terrible," I say. "Oh, Jesus, Maeve, you are awake. Oh, my God, let me get Mum and Dad. They are in the canteen. No, wait. How are you feeling? Are you okay? Do you need help sitting up?" "I feel okay," I say uncertainly. I gaze at my arm. There's a trail of stitches nimbly picked out in brown thread. At the top of the trail is a wad of gauze, where I had tried to gouge the knife further in, before Rue took the knife off me and turned it on himself. I close my eyes as tears start to spill down my face. "Hey, don't start crying on me now," Jo says. "I'm supposed to be the crier. Why am I here? How long have I been asleep? What happened? You hit your head hard, May. Bashed your head on a rock when I fell." "When I what?" Fiona explained. "How you were what? Helping her rehearse. She called the ambulance and came in with you. Her mum came to pick her up an hour ago. Thank God for Fiona. What about Rue?" "Who?" Rory O'Callaghan. "He's not doing as well as you, but it seems like he will eventually be okay. He had some blood transfusions. His parents don't know what to make of everything." "To make of what?" "Oh God, I forgot. You don't know. Lily, she's showed up. She staggered home last night when her parents were already at the hospital and collapsed on her front steps. The neighbours had to ring them while they were here." I blink long and slow. I can't believe this. Rue and I are alive, and Lily is back. How can that be? "So where was Lily?" I asked, dazed. "Where was she this whole time?" "I don't know." They haven't shared that with the likes of us yet, but her skin was almost blue. Hypothermia. Wherever she was must have been freezing. "So she's in hospital?" "Yep," Jo says, and then after a pause, "This hospital? Me, Rue and Lily are all in the same hospital." I say disbelievingly, "Alive." "Alive," she confirms, and I don't get another word from her, because Mum and Dad crash through the door and I am covered in love. They stay for hours, way past when they are supposed to. Mum treats me like I'm made of glass. I don't say a lot and pretend to be much more tired than I am. I wait for clues to try to make out what Fiona told them. She must be a better actress than even I realized, because the story sounds bizarre, yet Mum and Dad don't seem to have any doubts about its validity. We were rehearsing Othello with her. Apparently it was all Fiona's idea. The knife was there for the Desdemona's death scene. Jo, who did Shakespeare as part of her masters, says nothing. I wonder if she remembers that Desdemona was smothered, and that is Juliet, who stabbed herself. "I suppose this solves the mystery then," she finally says. "Of what?" "Of whom your boyfriend is. I don't know if we are calling it that, but a light switches on in me, bright as the North Star. Rue lived. I lived, Lily lived. We can do anything now. My family leave slowly, reluctantly, with promises that Pat is coming down from Dublin and that Gillian is trying to get the time off work. I nod and yawn dramatically. I'm dying for them to leave. I need to call Fiona. I need to see Rue and Lily. How is she? How did she make it home? The nurse comes in to check on me, and I ask her politely what room my boyfriend is in. Your boyfriend? I'm sorry, I laugh, putting on a big performance of girlishness. I mean Rory O'Callaghan. We came in together. The knife accident. Accident? He's on the ward, she replies. Ward E, bed 3. Thank you. I wait until everybody's asleep and sneak out, slipping on the dressing gown that Mum brought from home. I wander the dense, endless wards, my gut quaking at the thought of seeing him. When I find this ward, it's after midnight. There are several other men on it, and it feels strange to associate him with them. Already he feels like a different category. When I find him, I let out a small yelp of excitement. There he is, still, if you can believe it, with his mascara on. He's dozing, his Adam's apple bobbing softly as he snores. Rue snores. I drag a chair over and sit next to him. His hand is lying across his pyjama-glad chest, and I place mine on top of it. He opens his eyes slowly, carefully, like you might cautiously unfold a broken umbrella. Hello, I whispered. Hi, he replies. His face is white, all that ruddy colour drained out of it. I can see the blue of his veins shimmering underneath his skin. That was really stupid, that thing you did. I know, I hush back. It worked, didn't it? In a way, he reasons, his voice croaky. I suppose it did. Are you okay? Not really. How bad is it? 1 to 10. If 1 was the punch up at the Cypress, then this is 11. 104. Oh, Rue, I'm sorry. It's not your fault, except, no wait, it is totally, it is. It is my fault, I say, trying not to yell. All of it, top to bottom, the whole thing. Shh! People are trying to sleep around here. Lily is back. I know, she kind of stole my thunder, he says, grinning. How come? How come we both got 2? Liv. Yes, I have been thinking about this. Are you cold? Yes. He moves his body over and flips back the hospital blankets. I scooched in next to him and lay my head across his chest. I think one of the men in bed opposite is staring at us, but I don't care. We've cheated death. I don't give a crap what anyone thinks. Have you ever heard the story of Abraham? Wow. Are you Jewish and Protestant now? Shut up, he says, picking up a length of my hair. Abraham was a Bible guy, and he had a son called Isaac. Bible guy, and God told Abraham to sacrifice his son, to kill him basically. Scant, I say in disgust. I know, but when Abraham was about to do it, to kill his son, God sent a ram to sacrifice. Instead, he said, it's grand, you don't have to kill your son. Why? Because the fact That Abraham was willing to do it was enough. The pure intention to sacrifice was enough. I think that's what happened with us. I think it was enough that we were willing to die, I say. Yes, he answered quietly. Do you want to know something funny? Go on. He puts his hand into his shirt pocket of his pyjamas and pulls out the flat black stone. When I drove the knife in, it hits against something. I marvel at the jet net necklace I had given him just minutes before I left my house. It's jet, I whisper. It's a protection charm my father gave me. When I hit against it, it was like a blade. Didn't like it. I could hear the knife talking to me, if that makes sense. It was like, ooh, gross, let's get out of here. The knife said all that. The knife said all that. Silence. The low beep of the machine of the other side of the room sounds. Do you think, I asked softly, do you think that maybe I sacrificed myself for Lily, and you sacrificed yourself for me? But I had already sacrificed my protection for you, and so this is advanced sacrifice mathematics. Do you think we cancelled it all out though? It's as good a theory as any. Whatever happened now happened. No one's ever going to believe us. No, I say, nestling into him closer. So it's good we have each other, and that you are powerful sensitive. Harriet was a powerful sensitive, I say. My voice hushed, but I guess she didn't have the friends to protect her. Like we are silent for a long while. He traces my stitches with his fingertips, whinges at the big patch of gauze at the finally settles on burying his face in the crook of my neck. I don't want to die, I say finally. I never did. I like life. Me too, he says. Seems a bit obvious, doesn't it? Not always, he says, a half smile on his face. You should go before a nurse finds you here. Okay, I say, getting out of bed. Hey, not so fast. So I stay for a few more minutes, and I kiss him, and he shows me the bandages on his stomach. He lifts the corner of the white bandage tenderly, and I suck my teeth. Thick black blood has dried around the deep wound just above his navel. If he had done just 1 centimeter to the left, the doctor said, he would have had to wear a bandage for the rest of his life. To which I said, he coughs, Gucci or Prada. No, you didn't. I swear I did. With your mum in the room, he nods, clutching his stomach and trying not to split his stitches, laughing. Honestly, Maeve, there's nothing like a brush with death to make you realize that your parents' opinion of you doesn't matter. Here, I smile. Have you talked to Lily yet? No. My parents will barely tell me a thing, just that she's basically okay. They seem totally dazed. I don't think they have had this much excitement their entire lives. I can't believe she's back. Rue, it worked. We did it. I know. Me neither. I guess we are pretty amazing. Glad we agreed. I kiss him goodbye and turn to leave. Maeve, yes? Never mind. What? It's dumb. Come on. No, it's wrong. Moment. I hate myself already. Rue, will you? Are you my girlfriend? I decide to make him wait, just for laughs. Or, girlfriend is a weird term. It's very binary. We don't have to gender it. It's partner. Too weird. Lover? Oh God. Pretend. I didn't say that. Please wait while I stab myself again. I laugh. We are not making jokes about stabbing Rue. As a rule, a pause. And that's a rule. I insist on as your girlfriend. He smiles. I accept. I'm discharged from the hospital a couple of days later. Mum comes to collect me and brings Pat with her. I glued that Walkman of yours back together, he says, giving me a hug. Is this what teens are doing now? A few years ago it was vinyl and now it's cassette tapes? No, I say, remembering heaven. Honestly, I think I'm outgrowing it myself. I never get to visit Lily's room, even though I try to get Mum to take me. She won't even let me say goodbye to Rue. You'll see him when he gets out in a few days. She says, this is family time. You don't want him getting excited either. Not in his condition. Pat, Mum says, disgusted. Mum, we were all thinking it, he protests. It feels like it takes a long time for life to get back to normal. Gillian arrives, and it's strange to watch him lump around the house with his work laptop, knowing what I do now, the brother born in the summer of Harriet, the difficult pregnancy, the year the cat ran away. He's definitely the moodiest of the five of us, and the only other one who has dark hair, like me. Part of me wonders if it touched him in some way, whether the housekeeper is part of his DNA. Now, the way I suppose it is mine. Mum doesn't let me go back to school until Friday. That way, she says, I only have one day before the weekend, and it won't be too much of a shock to the system. I hug Fiona when I see her. It's awkward. Her texts have been formal the last few days, and I can't say I blame her. We meet in the art room at lunch. Hey, she says, holding me at a distance. How are you feeling? Okay, not too bad. Really? The stitches are kind of itchy and gross, though. Sure, great, Fiona, I'm sorry. You could have told me, Maeve. I couldn't have, and anyway, I wasn't even sure that I was going to do it. You could have died, man. In fact, you were planning on it. It wasn't planning on it, I say, and because I can think of nothing else, I just repeat myself. I was just willing to do whatever it took. She says nothing, just stretches a piece of blue tack between her fingers. It just seemed like the only way to bring her back, and to the end all this horrible stuff. My sister and her girlfriend were getting attacked. Rue's gigs were ending in punch-up, Aaron's weird influence. It was all water flowing from the same direction. I had to be the cork in the bottle, I suppose. That makes no sense. It does, in a messed up kind of way. No, I mean it is interesting theory, but it hasn't stopped anything has it? What do you mean? The Cobb are having a rally this weekend in Dublin. What? Well, they are not calling it a rally. It's a city-wide festival celebrating Ireland's Catholic heritage, but it has all the creepy alt-right speakers doing events at it. The blood drains from my face. Oh God, I should have waited to tell you, shouldn't I? So nothing has changed. Aaron is still. I wouldn't say nothing. Lily is back. But I rub at my eyelids. No, this wasn't how things were supposed to go. That wasn't the deal.